Hello everyone, my name is Darkmoon Doll, and I wanted to post you guys a whole new show for Monday, and I was thinking about doing a book review show based on the books that I like and I've enjoyed reading, and I want them to be on a spiritual nature. It could be paranormal, supernatural, and you can also suggest books to me, suggest books to me too. So I wanted to do something like that for Mondays, because I really love to read, and I feel like if you don't have a remembrance of knowledge of these things you're interested in, it's nice to read, and it kind of whoa, okay, I totally feel connected to that book and what that book is saying. Some books I've owned and I've had for years, and I read over and over again, and I get a new meaning out of them each time. So I'll share with you the book, and I've shared this book before, and it's battered and bruised and a bit stained, but it's called The Pleidian Agenda. I think I've showed this to you on one of these shows. But anyway, I think I even told you the story behind how I came across this book. The first time, I'll tell you again, if you never heard the story. If you had, just bear with me. I won't make it as long as the first time, I think. But anyway, I was in a metaphysical store, and I was talking to the lady that works there about how I had a dream where I was in a bar, and someone asked me what my astrological sign was. And they guessed. They're like, I bet you're a Pisces. So I was telling the lady at the cashier in this metaphysical shop this dream, and a woman came up to me and said, hey, I heard you talking about your dream. I think you might be interested in this. And then in her hands was this book here. And then she put it in my hands, and I looked down at it. When I looked up to see where she was, looked around, and she was gone. So that was just very bizarre. So I bought the book. I started reading the book, and it was very confusing for me. So, but yet there's bits and pieces of it that I was getting. Very, very, how would I say, very, very at the time, complex metaphysical concepts that I just could not get. Some of the stuff I couldn't get. Some of the stuff I could get, but I didn't know why I was getting it, if that makes any sense. So, yeah, I got the book and I read it. Didn't really get it completely. I read through the whole thing. And then I ended up going off into the Army. And when I came back from the Army, this book was gone. Wasn't in with my possessions. So I just kind of forgot about it. And then later on down the line, I ran into it again at the bookstore. I saw it. So this time I was like, forget it, I'm just going to buy it. Because there's got to be a reason why it keeps showing up. So I just wanted to talk about, on Mondays, about the books that I like, and how I feel like we're guided towards certain books. Because I'm on a spiritual journey, and so many people are. And if you're watching, I'm sure you are too. I find it helpful. It's like a nice tool to have. It's comforting. If you don't have a group or community of really spiritual people, spiritual seekers, then having a book and having references to compare the experiences that you're having helps a lot. So, yeah. So the Pleidian Agenda, I think it's really neat, in my opinion. It might be a little too controversial for some, because they talk about certain aspects of life and why we're here through the perspective of someone that is not human, that is Pleiadian, that is from another planet. So it was channeled, and this woman is a trance channeler, someone who channels information. She said this is Barbara Handclow, is the author of this book, and she channeled this information, is what she's saying, through this Pleiadian entity, and other life forms came through as well to contribute information for this book. So whatever you think about that, I don't know, but She said that she'd never done that before, and she'd never done it since. It was just that one time when she had all this information just flooding right out of her. So I don't know how you feel about this book, but I really like it, and I started reading it all over again. So, because there's, like I said, it was like a lot of concepts. They're so complex that it took me a while. Like I'd read it, and I just kind of think about it. Think about that one thing, and just like, oh, okay, now it makes sense to me. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about with certain books, so yeah, so that's all I wanted to tell you today. Is like today I'm going to just make Mondays a book review day. The book is just like, to me, I can't say enough about it. It got my mind going. Whether you believe in the concepts and the beliefs that are in the book, it really gets your mind thinking. It really gets you to where you're not really just thinking in a linear way. That I don't know, because I've always been skeptical about mainstream religions and the way the government is run, and the way this earth is being destroyed by people just not caring, just throwing crap everywhere and being mean to each other. I mean, this book, it's just kind of like, it gives me that idea of where it all started, where all this aggression and competition and all this other BS started in the first place. I like the information that she has to give, and you may not believe every single thing that's in the book. Like that with any book, really. You take whatever you want out of the book that's useful to you, and then just the rest is unneeded. Alrighty, guys, thank you for joining me today for today's show. Yeah, I'll do this next Monday, too. And thank you all you guys for subscribing. I really appreciate it. Thank you for liking and sharing these videos. Thank you for your kind comments. I really appreciate them. And yeah, I just want to bring forth to you all the literature that, well, not every single bit of literature, but the literature that's been helping me on my spiritual path. And I hope that it can help you as well. So I'll have a different book next Monday. So peace.